What's up guys, Brandon Stroll here with Pebble Creek Outdoors, and bringing you another trapping video today in the middle of summer. Why am I doing trapping videos in the summer? Because I'm too busy to take you guys out fishing. So I've been working a lot, doing a lot of stuff. Just seems like every single summer I am just completely strapped, and it is what it is. So today, doing a couple different things. Number one, I'm testing a new microphone. As you guys can probably hear, it's a little different. The audio is going to be a little different. This is a Lavalier Pro mic, I guess what they call it. It's not really a Pro mic, but they call it a Pro mic. It's just pretty decent little microphone, external mic or lapel mic, and clips on here. It's kind of nice for use in the garage here, because I have the air conditioner running, which you guys can probably hear that. But had I been using the shotgun mic that's mounted on top of my Nikon, you guys would be hearing a ton more background noise. And I think it's like it was $8.90 on Amazon. So what are we doing? We're going over waxing traps. Now, I've done videos in the past on waxing, and I'll tell you guys, the standard way that I've waxed my traps has always been blocks of wax. I use the actual trapping wax. I think it's a beeswax, or it's very hard wax. It's very slick, and it's very protective of your traps. That's the reason why you put wax on your traps, is to protect them. And if you're not familiar with that, you can go back and watch my video. I can just give you a little brief overview, but basically you're melting wax onto a trap, and that will make it weather resistant, and and it also kind of helps with a little bit of scent coverage as well. It's not a scent control or a scent eliminator, it just kind of helps. Everything helps a little bit, right? Good coffee today. All right, so basically there's two different concepts that I've always been taught or seen in the trapping industry, as far as running or waxing your traps. So like I said, what I've always done before is I've taken blocks of wax, put them in a small kettle, and then I would dip the traps in that wax itself and put it in there, and then I'd put the trap inside of it, let the trap heat up, pull the trap out, and it was coated in a nice thin layer of wax. Always worked really, really well. Well, I've been hearing other guys talk, and there's another method of using wax and water. Well, if you know anything about the chemistry of wax and water, they separate. So when you melt wax in water, it goes to the top. It becomes like an oil layer on the top layer. So what you're doing essentially is you're putting water in there, you're gonna melt the wax in it, and then you're gonna drop your trap down into the water. The water's gonna heat the trap. The trap will become the same temperature as the water in the wax, and then you're gonna pull the trap up through the wax, and then you're gonna see see what it looks like. So I've heard both are effective, but I've heard my way that I've done for a long time is the most effective, which I can totally believe. If you're actually gonna soak a trap in the wax, you're gonna get more wax on there. Now, that can be a good and a bad thing. There is such thing as too much wax, and if you put your trap in wax and you don't let it really, really heat up good and pull it out and let it drip off, it will glob up and give you all kinds of problems. You're gonna have to knock wax off. Just issues are gonna be a thing. When you set the trap off, wax flies everywhere. It's a mess. So I'm kind of wondering if this is probably gonna put a lighter layer. And I kind of have, I don't know if I'm gonna do a full control and a full experiment to put each side by side. I have traps that are dyed the way, or are waxed the way I do it, and then I'm gonna put some in here. I know what they look like, I know how they run, and I'll kind of give you guys my honest opinion of how they run and what I think of it. So but yeah, so basically what I have here in front of me, I have a hot plate, and then, which you can't see because it's out of camera view, and then I have an American Patriot popcorn bucket with wax and water inside of it, and it's very well heated up at this point. I've had it in here for a little bit. The wax started out at the bottom, I poured water on the top, and the wax has come up to the top, and we're just about ready. We're gonna let that water heat up just a little bit more. But anyway, so we're gonna dip a couple traps in. We're gonna see how this works. Another thing, caveat to this. So if you're gonna dip traps in just wax itself, it requires more wax. That's why I always used a very small cast iron. It's like a Dutch oven thing. And I would put the traps in there, and they would just barely be covered by all the wax. So I didn't have to use like a ton of wax. Like I said, I don't run a huge line. I don't have a ton of traps. I run, you know, a select few canine, you know, and select setup for coon, water sets, whatever. And water sets, I pretty much just spray paint all those. So, but I have a feeling that with this system here, you can make your wax go further because you would need less coverage. You know, you could maybe have an inch of wax on the top and pull it up through. I don't know, but we're gonna give it a shot. We'll see what this looks like. I'm gonna stop rambling and let's get some traps in here and see what this looks like. All right, guys, so what we've got here essentially is a full rock and roll boil. The boil is weird with the wax. It's definitely something different. I'm gonna kind of leave it at that. I don't know if this is the best way to do it, but we're gonna give it a shot, as with most things. So what I got here is a Bridger number 3. I think it's a Bridger. Yeah, Bridger number 3 is a coyote trap, really nice offset jaws, and then I put a little screw on the corner of the offset jaw to make sure the jaws are spread. It's kind of common practice. So what I do here, since we have a pretty deep pot, so I'm gonna drop this in. Ooh boy, just gonna cover it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pull. We're gonna just pull up at a decent rate here. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Looks kind of waxy. Let that kind of drip off a little bit. I don't know. All right, let's check back and see when this is dried. All right, guys, it's time for the results of this waxing process. And so here it is. This is the, like I showed you guys before, the Bridger number 3. And as you can see, focus, focus, focus. It doesn't look anything too crazy or anything like that. And I know it's gonna be kind of difficult for you guys to actually see what the results are, so I'll explain it to you. No surprises on this at all. So it is it's a pretty light coat. It's actually right on where you want it to be. One thing I will notice, and this is with any waxing process that you'll do, is that anything that's doesn't have rust on it, doesn't really take the wax very good. It's just one of those things. It's just how it is. If it has rust, it has, you know, a surface. It's almost like a primer, and it adheres to that. The wax adheres to that surface and the rust and everything like that. And so those areas are very good. So like on the jaws here where we have more rust and different things like that, those areas have more wax on them. I still got a few of the little, you know, the little globs and different things like that. No big deal. As you can see the difference on the chain. So there's the rusty, focus, focus. Get you to focus here. All right, rusty chain, and then as you see it progressively where the wax was, you know, nice, you know, protected coating on there. Pretty dang cool, right? So, yeah, I think, you know, this is my first time trying this, and I'm pretty darn sure that this is what I'm gonna use from here on out. This is a way that you can use a lot less wax. I didn't use very much wax on this at all, and you know, it was pretty simple. You add water and you get it up to, I used a boil, which I think worked fine. I don't think you really have to have it boiling. Pulled it right up through there nice and slow, and I didn't really even go that slow when I pulled it up. I probably should have gone a little slower, got a better coat, but it turned out fine. So yeah, I'm impressed. It's cool. I wish I would have tried this a long time ago when I first you know, started trapping, but hey, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, as always, I'm Brandon Storer with Pebble Creek Outdoors, and I thank you for watching.